Hey, it's Danielle. Back for another video. This one is going to be a hopefully quick-ish recap of my Rhinebeck haul. I realized in the first video that I posted about my Mabel purchases that the camera was flipped because I don't know. I don't know why I thought to hold it vertically, but anyway, I mentioned I was previously a quilter, and then I kind of noticed the corner of my eye that this was peeking out, and this was one of the quilts I made back when I used to be a really big quilter. Anyway, my name's Danielle. If I didn't say it already, I'm a nurse. I live in Massachusetts with my husband and my 2 dogs, and I have 2 adult children. One's in college, one lives at home, and he graduated college. And if I didn't say it before, I'm a nurse. My son's also a nurse. And yeah, so like I mentioned, my most recent yarn retreat, knitting retreat, dyeing wool retreat that I went on was the Big Sky Retreat at Farmer's Daughter Fibers in Montana. And the women that I stayed at the house with, we stayed in Sunset House, so we were calling ourselves the Sunset House ladies. We had such a great time, and they really wanted to see my Rhinebeck haul, and I thought that was really sweet of them to be as excited for me to go to Rhinebeck as I was to actually go to Rhinebeck. Knitters really are just the greatest people. So if y'all are watching, you're probably the only people watching. Anyway, so Rhinebeck, really quick, I just want to mention my Rhinebeck sweater for this year is the Andrea Mowry framed sweater. And I knit it out of the recommended yarn. So Spinster's Daughter Worsted, which is the collab between Spincycle and Farmer's Daughter Fibers. I knit it in Love Me Like You Used To, which is the gray, Amos Moses, which is the green frame, and then the color changing color is Fine Line. And yeah, the meetup on the hill was incredible. This is my 4th time going to Rhinebeck, like sequentially. I think my first time going to Rhinebeck was 2019, and then obviously it didn't happen in 2020. So yeah, 21, 22, 23, 24. Maybe I didn't go in 2019. I have always made the Andrea Mowry Rhinebeck sweater, though. She's designed and published 7 of them, and I've made all 7. One I still haven't finished. It's the stone crop cardi. That's the one that you can steek to make the cardigan, and I have it. It's just missing sleeves, and I found it the other day in a bin. So if I keep doing these videos, I think I could show some whips, maybe show some not so recent finished projects. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I'm not super tech savvy, and I don't know how to edit videos, so I don't know how to add like pictures in, but I figured out the descriptions on the last video. That was easy-ish. Anyway, I actually didn't wait in line to say hi to Andrea or Candace or Kate or Rachel. I ran into Rachel at the Button Lady, which I'll get into the Button Lady in a little bit when I show you my Rhinebeck haul. I was really overwhelmed this year, and I usually am not. Like, I know the crowd's going to be big, and I know that there's going to be a lot of people, and you know, you just come to expect it, I think, in this type of event. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of had like a moment of like a little bit of panic, I think. Not panic, I don't know. Just overwhelmed. I just was like overwhelmed and felt like I couldn't stand in the crowd anymore. While I was waiting though for the framed picture to happen, I did get to see the grocery girls again, Jody and Tracy. And they are so funny and so fun and so sweet. I met them at another retreat before. And then my husband got to meet them, and it was really fun. They're really sweet. So, hey, grocery girls, love you guys. Watch you sometimes. And so I was glad that I stopped and chatted with them and got a picture. And, you know, we kind of reminisced about going to Montana. I had gone to the Big Sky Retreat last year in 2023, and they were there. They were like the guests. And so this year it was the Spincycle ladies, and we got to dye roving with the Spinsters, and they took the wool roving back, and they're going to spin it for us at the mill and then send it to us. So I cannot wait to get that. That's going to be so fun when we get that back. I believe we're going to get the dyed in the wool, like the sport weight. So anyway, I digress. This video is about my Rhinebeck haul. And so that's what you're about to see. Okay. Pre-Rhinebeck haul, I knew that I was going to be going to Rhinebeck. So on, I think it was Thursday, I had ordered, and then I went and picked up this bag from Skein Yarn Shop in East Greenwich, Rhode Island. Laurie and Justine, hey, they're the Skein Scoop podcast. I purchased this bag to be able to just kind of like pop on my shoulder and walk around Rhinebeck. And as I was walking around Rhinebeck, I was knitting on my Belt Creek cowl by Candace English, Farmer's Daughter Fibers, knit in her Odang DK weight. It's a free pattern if you just subscribe to the newsletter. And she also has the Sluice Box shawl. So if you're not a subscriber, subscribe and you could get the free pattern. This is in the color Many Moons. And I love this Oh Wow Amsterdam bag. It's super cute. They have different colors, different sizes. I think each shop kind of has a different, like they paint these on the canvas bags and then they make them specifically for each shop. So she definitely has some online if you're looking for a cute little knitting bag that's like the perfect size with the one strap. I highly recommend. Super cute. I did now the Rhinebeck haul. I did the pre-order for the Rhinebeck bag of the year. So this is the 2024. They had two different handles. They have this black one. There's also a pocket on the inside. But then they had a rainbow handle online, and it was sold out like instantly. And I had been checking and whatever, it sold out. I also got the little pamphlet which tells you like where all the vendors are. It looks like next year, October 18th and 19th is when Rhinebeck 2025 is. So get that on the calendar. Got this little, oh, that's not it. I got this little project bag as well too. You know, sometimes you have like a DK or a cashmere or fluffy, and then it's like fluffing on everything and like making a mess. So sometimes I like to put a bag in a bag. So I got that, and then I also got the pin that goes with, not goes with, but the pin that's this year's theme. So sorry, I'm just grabbing everything out of another bag. Bag in a bag in a bag. Well, now I can't find the pin from this year, so... Oh, yes. It's in the actual bag. Charming. It's this adorable little... He's a sheep. She's a sheep. And she's wearing a giant shawl because that's what knitters wear. And it's super adorable. So my first stop this year, because I've learned, is to go to the button lady, because this is going to be crinkly, sorry. The button lady has really awesome buttons. And several years in a row now, I have run into Rachel and Micah from Spinster's, from Spincycle Yarns. And I just think it's really funny that they too enjoy the button lady. All right, so quickly I got and I don't have a plan for any of these buttons except for one, which I will show you. So I have these wooden square buttons, leather, like for like an Aran sweater, and these leather toggles, which they're really dark brown or black. I don't know. I think they're really dark brown. They look black in this video because it's so dark out now, but I really like them. There's a new-ish like cardigan jacket by Petite Knits, and it uses some type of toggle closure like this, so I made a list this year. Again, sorry for the crinkling. Okay, so the buttons that I do have a plan for are these clear glass. All of her buttons are vintage. Yeah, they're really cool. So the little yellow sweater by Andrea Mowry needs 20 buttons, and the button band is knit as you're knitting the sweater. I can actually grab it. Sorry. I don't know how to edit. I'm gonna figure out how to edit, but for right now. Okay, so little yellow sweater, needs buttons. I'll put it on. This is made out of La Bien-Aimée Mondim in the original color, Yellow Brick Road. Quite matches this shirt, actually. So my buttonholes, you knit them as you knit the sweater, and they are the tiniest little buttons, tiniest little buttonholes ever. I think we might see right now if this was a fail purchase or not. Okay, well, maybe works, maybe not. These buttonholes are so tiny, and I know it was, oh, we may have success. Oh yeah, okay. Now I'm excited. I thought they were gonna be too big because, I ordered buttons from Etsy. I think they came from Denmark or something. I don't know. They were so cute. And I measured and I used the button size and the pattern, and when I ordered them, it said they were the right size. And then I got them, in the mail, and they were just a little too big. And so I was sad. So now I'm happy. I'm happier. I have 20 buttons to sew onto this sweater. I have worn it once without buttons. You really can't tell because the buttonholes are so small because I knit them so tight, and I'm sure it was user error. Like, I think I knit them wrong. Maybe I only slipped one stitch. I digress. This is not about this sweater, but it is a cute sweater, I will say. I had a hard time with pooling. I feel like it's really noticeable, I think, in the back of the sweater, which you can't see. I don't know, it's hand-dyed yarn, and because it is knit not in the round, I don't know how to alternate the skeins without making a mess. So I did try to alternate skeins, like a little bit. It's not helical knitting because it's helical knitting's in the round. I tried to alternate and it kind of, I felt like it was like noticeable. It was much noticeable before I blocked it, but I quickly stopped doing that, trying to alternate skeins because it, I just think it was not looking good. But it has the little baubles and the lace. Yeah, I really like the sweater. I'm happy with it. It's cropped-ish and, you know, it's cute. All right, well, I'm gonna take this out so I don't have that hanging down the whole time. But yeah, I made this well, I made this recently. I made this summer. I bought the yarn. I found the receipt in the package. It was from 2019. Yeah, so I was happy to use the yarn, and I think I have like maybe half a skein left. I don't know, it's a pretty strong color, so I'm not sure what else I would do with it, but if any of my Montana ladies would like some of this yarn, please let me know. If you're working on something this would go with. It's strong color, but happy to share. Okay, button lady. Sorry, I digressed. She had these really pretty porcelain, and they're like hand stamped, hand painted. I don't know. I really thought they were like graphic and pretty. And then these, and these were, I just thought really different and striking and sort of, Victorian, Baroque. They are from the 1800s, and they are, she said, hand painted aluminum. And then I got some of the, like, just little tiny, I got 2 packages of these, like mother of pearl. There we go. Like shell, abalone shell, mother of pearl shell, I'm not sure. These, and then the last of the button purchases, sorry, I'm just gonna throw these back here, is this card. And I love these. They're so cute. They're glass, and this is the one that I really wanted, this ladybug. But yeah, I don't have a project in mind for these, but they were just, had to come home with me. Okay, so that is it from the button lady. The next thing, I got this, and I haven't looked this up on Instagram yet, and I really feel like I keep saying I'm going to do it, but they were giving these out, hashtag socks for Sam, and the Instagram is knit socks for Sam. So I'm pretty sure the woman or the people that were handing them out were saying that they take single sock, like hand knit socks for donations. So I want to check out that website, but that was something that I was given. I thought that was really fun. They were walking around giving them out to everyone. They had a huge bag of them. Okay, and then the next yarny purchase I will show you. We're actually going to get to some yarn now. 20 minutes in, sorry about that, is this Flora and Fauna Farm, and it is hand-dyed. It's a Romney. The color is seafoam. It's a light decay, 3-ply, 240 yards. And she has a farm in New York, and it says, New York sheep wool raised on our pasture-based off-grid farm from the fleeces of ivy, hazel, clover, and linden. yeah, Flora and Fauna yarn and Flora and Fauna farm. And then I had never seen her before, and I got her little pin as well, because I just thought it was so cute. And this color, I feel like this is pretty true to the color. It might be coming across a little more silver than it is. It's called seafoam. It's really a true, to me, seafoam green. And the next vendor I went to, well, I'm missing the soap that I got, but I went to Tammy's booth, Wing and a Prayer Farm. Tammy naturally dyes and has a really large flock of sheep. And this is Peter Pan and Fam. It's a Cormo fingering weight, 250 yards, 80 grams. And I don't have a plan for it, but I do have some other skeins of Tammy's yarn from other fiber festivals I've gone to. I've gotten some yarn of hers at Rhinebeck. I knit a Thea Coleman Baby Cocktails vest. Her yarn's beautiful. And she sometimes is at the Wayland Farm and Fiber Days, New England Sheep and Wool Festival, New England Fiber Festival. I think it's actually coming up soon, in 2 weekends maybe, in Springfield, Mass. And she also has a shop online and an Instagram page, and you should definitely check her out if you have not, because her yarn is gorge and she's so nice. I've taken a natural dyeing class with her twice. I took an indigo class and we dyed with other natural things like madder root and other things. And okay, the next vendor that I got something from is called Cottontail Farm. And this is cottontailbags.com. This cute little bag, I feel like you could hold like sock weight yarn in this if you were knitting socks, and like get a little clip and clip it to a bag or clip it to something. I don't know. It's really cute though. It's a really cute little knitting bag with either llamas or alpaca. So I got that, and then she also had, I think I saw someone post in the Ravelry forums these little sweater tags. So I don't know if you can see them because of my hands, but this one says Rhinebeck 2024 on both sides. So I think I'll put that on my frame sweater. I think that'll be really cute. And then this one says handmade. Won't focus. And it has a little heart. And the last one, but not least, is my favorite one. It says handmade with love. And swear words. So, I had to have that, because if you know me, I love a good swear word. Okay, this is taking too long. I'm going to speed up. I'm going to try. So yeah, Ravelry forum was where I found out about her tags, and I think she has an Etsy shop as well. And what is the name? I don't know the name of, yes, it's the Cottontail Farm. And Cottontail Farm was also selling a Rhinebeck festival color at her booth. This is Gypsy Mountain Farm, and it's the Rhinebeck 2024 color. It's a 50-50 silk and merino, 100 grams, 4-ply DK, 234 yards, and it's really soft because it's silk, and the color I love. I love a good aqua, I love a good teal, and it just has like these rainbow speckly flecks. So good. I don't have a plan for that. Surprise. Okay, next booth that I went to was Bumblebee Acres Farm. I have never bought yarn from her before, and I ran into Laurie and Justine at that booth as well from Skein Yarn Shop, and they also have the Skein Scoop podcast. So I think it's fun and funny, and they're really cute together. So if you haven't seen them before, you should check them out. They are in East Greenwich, Rhode Island, if I didn't mention them before. And actually, all right, at the end, I don't know how to edit, but Laurie was going to Cake-A-Palooza. They rented a house and they had like a bunch of, friends staying together. And I was not complaining that I wasn't going to Cake, but I was just saying that I, have so much fun at Cake. And last year I did go up on Friday, and we went to one of like the pre-Rhinebeck festivals. That was, I'm not even going to say what it was called, but it was a debacle. It was not a fun fiber festival, and there's lots of videos about it that people posted last year. So next year, I do hope to get up on Friday to either get to Cake-A-Palooza or Indie Untangled or Woolen Affair or one of the pre-Rhinebeck events, because I just think, Rhinebeck itself is awesome, and I have loved going every time I've gone, but it goes by so fast. And so at least if you go up on the Friday and kind of get like the pre-festival going, and then you just get to see more of your yarny knitting friends and see more handmade outfits, because people wear, different outfits for each day, each event. My dog is snoring in the corner, so I think I'm boring him, but anyway, hope you can hear him. Bumblebee Acres Farm was the next stop. And so I ran into Laurie and Justine there. I bought a sticker and I got a project tag from Bumblebee Acres Farm as well. It's like a navy color. And this one's leather. And then I posted a picture on Instagram of her booth because the colors at her booth were just like stunning. And Justine, who also has a podcast, Never Not Knitting, Rhode Island, I think that's her podcast. I'll link it. She and I were standing in the booth together and we were like talking about this color. It's the Grinch Stole Christmas. And so I think she was going to buy a skein too. So Justine, maybe we'll have matching socks. I mean, I think that would be fun. It's called Bubble Sock. It's an 80-20, 400 yards, 2-ply fingering. And then Bumblebee Acres Fiber Farm has like colors inspired by different things. So there's a Harry Potter collection, there's an Outlander collection, I believe there's other collections. I got 2 of the Harry Potter skeins. So this one is called the Quibbler, and it is the Squishy Sock 75-25, 463 yards. Just a really pretty color that reminds me of Luna and the Quibbler. And then the last one I got from this vendor is Mrs. Weasley's Knits, and it's the Coquette Sock. It's a 75-25, 3-ply fingering, 434 yards. It's got some really great colors in there. And yeah, I think it's going to make some really fun socks. Okay, next is, so I'm doing another test knit. I just finished a test knit out of Junction Fiber Mill yarn, and actually brought that test knit to Rhinebeck to show Amanda and Peggy, who also have a podcast. They have the Junction Fiber Mill Millcast. They post it on Tuesdays. So I brought that finished test knit, which comes out October 30th. It's a Boyland Knitworks, Caitlin Hunter design. I don't remember the name of it. I will put it in the description if it's named yet officially. I don't know if it is, but if not, I should do another video and I can show that in my next video. Look at me just making plans. So I'm doing another test knit for Boyland Knitworks. It starts soon. I think it'll be due in December. She posted on her Instagram page. So she had designed this sweater in a yarn that's now discontinued and was asking like, hey, how do you all feel about a design that the yarn is now discontinued, so you can't get the yarn? And I think overwhelmingly, the response on her Instagram was like, please release it. You know, a lot of people don't always knit the yarn in the same one that the designer chooses. So yeah, I thought that was cool and interesting. And that's probably really frustrating for a designer to do a release and then find out that the yarn is discontinued. I'm sure it happens all the time, but I bought this thinking that I was going to use this for the test, and I swatched, and the gauge is just not right. Or maybe it's the fabric that's not right. Nothing against the yarn. This yarn is awesome. So it was a vendor at Cece's Wool. It's called American U yarn. And this is their worsted tweed. The color is called Seashell. It's 4 ounce, 370, nope, sorry, 4 ounce, 237 yards. Worsted tweed is what it's called. And it's a really beautiful color. It's like a creamy oatmeal-y base with yellow and orange and red and green flecks, which now sounds like Christmassy, but it's not. They had a sample in the booth. I don't think I grabbed a picture, but I really thought the sample was beautiful. So I decided to get it. And yeah, it's a merino rambouillet, and it has acrylic and nylon flex. So I did get a sweater quantity of that, but I don't know what it's going to become. I think the test knit, I think I'm going to use a lavender and loon yarn that I got. I don't know. I've swatched 3 different yarns and I'm not sold, but I haven't washed this. I haven't washed the gauge swatch yet of the most recent one. I think it's the one. I'm going to use. Anyway, okay, so Junction Fiber, which I have mentioned a couple times now, I did go to their booth, and I'm looking around because the little bag, there we go, the little bag, no, that's not it either. They had a little bag that was free if you purchased, I don't know, X amount of skeins. It's behind me. It's been behind me this whole time. We will rock you. So if you bought, I don't know how many skeins, they gave you a free little bag, which was super cute. So this is their Making Tracks Light. The color is called Leaf Peeping. It's exactly as it sounds. It is greens, yellows, pinks, orange, and just looks like, you know, Vermont, New England, Rhinebeck fall. I don't have plans for this, but I do think maybe an alpine bloom with like a brown mane color would be really pretty. So that is that. And then the last yarn purchase was also from Junction Fiber Mill, and it is their Farm Fresh line. I got 6 skeins of this. I think the color is called Ochre. It doesn't say on the yarn, but it is a BFL blend from New York, 210 yards. They call their yarn DK. I think it's heavy DK light worsted once it blooms. It could go either way, but so Baby Cocktails, Marthea Coleman, just released a pattern called Bourbon and Cinnamon. And I believe Amanda either wore the sample they had made on their podcast or had shown a picture on their podcast, but that is definitely what I plan on making with this. And that's all my yarny purchases. I had a really great time. I wished that I could have stayed over and gone on Sunday. I think Sunday in Rhinebeck is like a lot more like chill, a lot less crowded. But we had to head back home, and that was great. I had a great time. Really inspired, like I think I mentioned, by everyone's sweaters, everyone's energy, just, being around the knitters, being around the makers, being around the creative people. And I don't know, I think knitters are just really kind for the most part. Or the ones that I've met and become friendly with. And it's inspiring, like all the different designs that the designers come up with. And like I said, seeing how people interpret the designers' color story, the different fibers people use. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's really fun. So I do hope that you enjoyed my Rhinebeck haul. This was longer than I thought it was going to be. I hope my Sunset House ladies enjoy this, and I hope you all have a great day, and see you next time. All right, bye.